Well, I got duped. It's not, I mean, it's the exact same stuff I had, maybe just a little bit shorter. Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Derek Stokes for Stoked Living. I'm so glad that you're here with us this evening. It is a beautiful Oklahoma summer afternoon, and weather's getting ready to change on us. We've had a lot of rain lately, and it kind of got a little bit of a break, but now we got rain coming back in. So we need to do some work out into the garden and get things ready, because it might be a few days before we get back out there. But we're just going to go through and kind of look things over and make sure everything's up to par. There's always something going on out here. I've got some good help. Philip and Olivia going to be helping me today, and we're just going to get out there and see what we got going on. Well, this year has been different. Katie, she looked on a social media post from last year, and we already had zucchini, squash, and tomatoes out there at the fruit stand. And this year, we're still at the beginning stages. I still have my squash and stuff like that. They didn't come up very well. So I had, Philip, he replanted for me. So it's just been unseasonably cooler and wet. I think a lot of the seed probably didn't germinate in the ground because of all the moisture and how cool it was. And tomatoes are just now starting to really take off. So we've got a little work to do there, but anyways, this wind has been popping up my material. Okay, so I've got a new little trinket also that I'm trying out. I've done this before, a Florida weave system. This is a modified Florida weave system, so it's going to be a little different than I've done in the past. But I've got this little trellising tool that I'm going to take and strap to this this twine, and as these tomatoes grow up, then I'll use that instead of the cages. So some of these are tall enough, some of them are not. We'll see how it works out. I run into a rock on these staples and kind of bend them up. Yeah, that worked out good. Yeah, that one hit the rock. Let's see if we can hit it back this way. Okay, that's better there. Our modified Florida weave system. Liv's going to do this, okay? She's going to demonstrate it. So we're going around the plant. Okay, and my string. Yeah. Oh, oops. All right, here we go. Let's try to. We'll go around the plant and the string. Okay, go ahead. All right, and so it just, that'll hold it up. Yeah, this thing's spinning on me. Sorry, guys. All right, so that's what it's going to be like right there. It just kind of staples this in place, and it's going to hold it up, just like that. But they need to grow a little bit higher.
Okay, none of these are tall.
I still got to put up my string. I'm going to put them a little lower on this next run, so we can do that.
Okay.
You did good, sis. Okie dokie.
I'll be riding around on my bike.
You're going to be riding around on the garden getter? All right, and Philip he's going through and he's making sure that all the tomatoes are growing up through the cages. Okay, and just kind of making sure that the stems don't get left behind and grow out outside the cage too much. Eventually they are going to do that, but it's kind of help it train it to kind of follow up the tomato cage. So that's what he's doing. He's doing a fine job. And I'm finishing putting these strings up. You can see that right here I've done a couple of them. So I'm just tying them to that string right there, the ones that I can, and we're just going to train it up as we go. So like the Florida weave system, you'll actually come in and you'll bring string through there and just kind of work it way up. But I'm going to try to use this little trellising tool to see if that'll work, you know, and just have 3 sets of strings and just trellis it to that. The last time I did this, I used cotton string, and I would just use one rung, and I would weave it in all the way, the whole way. Well, eventually one of them would break, and then so everything would fall down. I'm tying individual strings in between the T-posts, and I'm just going 4 plants in between each T-post. Hopefully that's not too far apart, but I'm just tying those up individually, and I might be going back in with something different as it goes along, but we'll see how it works. But I made up some more tomato cages this year, but I just didn't have enough concrete wire. Oh man, you guys are walking. I didn't have enough concrete wire to do all these, so I watched some old Haas tools, and he was doing the Florida weave system. I was like, you know, I'm going to give it another try, but I kind of did a modified one. So I've always wanted one of those little guns, little staple guns, and I wanted to try it out, so there we go. Always trying something new on the garden. Eventually I'll have it figured out. But if you're not trying something new, what's the fun in it? Okay, well, I think I'm gonna like this little gizmo. I think it's gonna come in pretty handy. Pretty user-friendly. So you just strap it in just like that, and you just kind of pretty much tap it all the way like that. And you've got staples inside there that staple this tape together. It's not adhesive or anything, but that staple is what's holding this tape onto the...
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, sorry, Siri. Get around the... Just like that. So as it grows up and the vine's out, we're going to attach more on there. I forgot to put this string right through here. My middle rung. Better get that put in place. I skipped the middle one. Okay. Got that in place. Now I'm just going to go through there and attach the rest of them down through this row. See how it's going to work out. Kind of broke that. And we'll get that out of the way. grow up a little bit more. Just like so. Okay. Cherry tomatoes, they really vine out. So I'm going to kind of train them to come up in my cages. So it's not pulling it real close to it, you know, but yeah, I just think it's going to work out great. Had some blackberry bushes earlier this spring. I'm going to trellis them up. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so if you are in the market for one of these trellising gizmos, I'm not even sure what you call it, but hey, they're pretty handy, and I really like it. Super easy to use, easy to reload, and it's not, I mean, it's not like it's heavy duty. It's plastic, lightweight. You know, you don't get too crazy with it, but for the price and everything else like that, it's a pretty good tool for the garden. So I'm going to use it for my blackberry bushes also whenever I'm trellising those. You know, if you got you a new little small tree, if you need to kind of stake that up a little bit, train it, I guess you can use it for that too. Several different things, you know. Cucumbers would work great, you know, if you're taking the trellising those up. Flowers, vines, whatever. So pretty good product. Okay, so I moved the chicken tractor over here next to the garden, out of the garden. I had it in there with the pigs, and I moved over here because I had to start gardening. Well, whenever I did that, the chickens got in a bad habit of crawling through the fence, and they're not staying in. Now, this electric fence, netting fence I've got, it has 4x6 squares in it, and it's not really made for poultry, but it has worked and it's done great. But every once in a while I'd have one that would get out. Well, now they're just, it's like a floodgate. I can't keep any of them in, and I've got some young ones. They're actually over here in my compost pile. I hatched them out. Y'all can see them. They're growing up on me, but the young ones definitely didn't stay in there because they were pretty small. So they're not obeying the fence. So I got the smaller squares. So we're going to try it out and see if it works out. I've got Philip. He's coming. Okay. Yes. Once you move it back that way. I want to bring the mower through here and mow real quick. I'll bring the mower through here and mow. So go ahead and take it back out there by the car. That's fine, right there's fine. Need to be charged. Okay, so this is a fence by Vevor, V-E-V-O-R. And I've used it with the old ones, my other ones. And get a knife out here. Hopefully this has smaller squares on it. This is supposed to have smaller squares on it. I don't know. I don't know if it's got smaller. It advertises smaller squares, but it's the same. Well, no, it's a little bit smaller. I don't know. These chickens are gonna get through this probably. We'll see. Come here, Liv. Right, now just take your foot and stomp it in the ground out there, Philip. Not real hard. You don't have to be real hard. Just get it set. All right, here's this next one. Did I say that's the next one? No, let me see that one. All right. Yeah. Come here, Philip. Just stomp that in the ground there. Rabbit.
So you should saw that a rabbit went to the fence right here. And all yeah, didn't it go
Yeah. Well, I got duped. It's not, I mean, it's the exact same stuff I had, maybe just it's a little bit shorter. The squares are the same size. The chickens are gonna still get through there. I guess I'm just gonna have to go with Premier One. This, I think actually, this is the second time this has happened to me. I just thought maybe it was just, I ordered the wrong thing one time, but they advertise it as these smaller squares, so just be careful whenever you're going and buying this stuff. If you're going for poultry, it's the second time that Vevor, they said it's supposed to be something, but it's totally different. That's not, I mean, it's just not the right thing. So just keep that in mind. But I hate it. I had a hard enough time putting that stinking stuff together. I didn't want to have to put it all back and try to ship it back because I'll never get it back. So I'm just going to eat this one. But anyways, keep it interesting. All right, so we've got thunder and lightning coming this way. It's still a few minutes out. I'm gonna get out here in the garden and try to get my corn tilled. Me and my dad, we kind of been sharing tillers. Well, the tiller's up at his house, so I'm going with this smaller steel little two-stroke tiller. It does okay, but you have to kind of do twice the work on it, and it doesn't till as much, but it'll get by in the pinch, and I'm kind of in the pinch. This rain's coming in, and it might be a few days before I get out here, and then the Johnson grass will start coming up, and then I can't tell the difference between corn and Johnson grass. So I need to get it tilled up, but I've already did a little bit of it. It actually, I stopped right here, and it kind of crawled down that way by itself. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. Well, the storm got me a little scared. I don't want to be out there while it's lightning and running that old tiller, because I can get in my own happy place and not pay attention, and all of a sudden, zap. No. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the old lightning. But yeah, we got a pretty good storm coming in. Got possible lightning and hail, maybe a couple of them little twisters, but hopefully not. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, just kind of getting things going here on the garden. It's just I'm running behind a little bit, but that's all right. Hey, it's fun getting out here and trying new things. So anyways, well, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your love, support, and hopefully everything is going swell in your neck of the woods, and God is blessing you. He sure has been good to us. Just continue prayers for Mom. She had a good report from the doctor. Is still waiting for some more answers on some of her tests, but everything looks like it's going in the right direction. So, and definitely I'm praying for you guys that are struggling with different sicknesses and ailments and cancer. It's just terrible. It's no fun. But hey, you know, one of these days, big man up there, he's gonna make everything right, you know, and no more sickness, no more dying, no more crying, no tears, no wars. Man, I'm looking forward to that day. But hey, yeah, it's not that day yet, but it will be soon. You just never know. Be ready for it, and just keep doing God's work and trusting in Him and following Him. And yeah, so appreciate you guys. Love y'all. See you on the next one. God bless. See ya.